back. If you're new, then welcome. Hi, I'm Amanda Kate. I make videos on, honestly, I don't even know, but if you don't want to miss them, then subscribe. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for over 500 subscribers. I'm gonna check right now as we speak how many subscribers I have because I am just over the moon. I am at 515 subscribers, guys. I can't even, like, I can't name you 20 people. Like, 515 people is just so crazy, and that is just on YouTube. So I mean, thank you for doing this with me. Honestly, I am so speechless that this is even my life. Like, this is my hobby, but it is so rewarding, and I get messages from you guys all the time supporting me to the core, like just messages from the heart and saying that some of my, you know, story times, like about my drug addiction or things like that, have really touched you guys, and to just keep going and to just, you know, keep being real with you guys. And that's 100% what I tell you guys all the time, that I will always be honest, I'll always be real, I'll always be down to earth. So if you are new, definitely subscribe and send me a message and tell me that you are a new subscriber, or tell me that you've been watching me for a while. I love to hear from you guys because I feel like I tell you guys who I am, but I don't know who you guys are, and I want to get to know you. So definitely send me a message, and worst case, just say a little hi, how are you? So let's get into the Q&A. Sorry, my hair is still wet, but as you guys may have seen in my hair care routine, I never put heat on my hair, so I let it air dry. So that is why it is a little damp. So yesterday and today I asked you guys to send me some Q&As. So if you did not see that, you might not be following me on Instagram. So it is Brunette Princess. Instagram is what I use the most to interact with you guys. Follow me on there. I post questions all the time, or I do polls about different videos you guys want to see. So all I said was ask me anything, and this is what you guys asked. So the first question was favorite stick-on lashes. Okay, so I just got my fake lashes removed, like my extensions. We were gonna do a new set, but there was a problem with the removal. My eyes didn't, like, they kind of reacted. So anyway, I am back to stick-on lashes for a while. I'm gonna give my eyes a break, my lashes, just because my eyes really burnt when I took them off. So I'm just taking a little break, and I'm so comfortable, by the way. I am like in a sweater. I have my sweatpants on. I'm just chilling. I'm not even sitting on my chair. I'm sitting in my bed. This is just like hanging out with your friends kind of video. So I am back to stick-on lashes, point of the story, and my favorite ones are, I always throw out the case, but so they are actually from Walmart. They look like this. The brand is Kiss. Sorry about all the eyelash glue at the top, but it is #1. So those are the ones I'm wearing right now, so I will show you guys a close-up. So those are my absolute favorite lashes, and then I just put those on with the black duo glue. I always use the black one because, I don't know, I feel like it just blends better with the eyelashes. So that is what I do. Next question I got was, what's your advice on being more open to people? Trying to make friends, but I'm scared. Ooh, okay, so I was actually chatting with one of my subscribers last night about this, and basically she was so supportive, and she was saying, like, you're so relatable, and it's so cool to talk to, like, to, you know, listen to you talk and like interact with you. And I said, it's funny you say that because I was always bullied, and I had a lot of, I went through a lot of friends quickly, and it's funny because I always say that to Eric, to my boyfriend. I always tell him, like, oh yeah, she was my best friend in like grade 7, and then she was my best friend in grade 8. She was my best friend for a while, like in this grade. And he's like, how many best friends did you have? But I really did have a lot, because I would just kind of go through friends, and then I would, you know, end up alone. And that was a lot because I was using, and so I would ruin relationships, and I always had the mentality, like, I'm gonna mess this up before you mess this up and hurt me. So I would go through a lot of friends, and yeah, so I would just kind of end up alone at the end of the day. And so now that I found YouTube, it's kind of cool that I have these people that don't know me in real life, but still relate to me and still watch me and support me. So that is really cool. So I guess my advice would just be to put yourself out there. I know it's hard, and I know it's scary, and that's why it took me so long to start YouTube. I feel like I started pretty old. I was 23, so in October last year. And I started YouTube because I wanted a hobby, but I didn't feel comfortable, like I didn't feel confident enough to start it. And it was actually Eric and his mom who pushed me to do it. They said, like, just, you know, do it if you want to. So I started it and I posted my first video. The majority is positive feedback, so that really validated that I was doing something good and healthy and making me happy. And I think that that's all that matters. If you're really trying to fit in with a certain crowd or fit into this mold of whatever society or your, you know, your family and friends or whatever mold you're trying to fit into, if it's not authentic, people will be able to tell. And I did that for the longest time. I would always, you know, pretend that I was someone I wasn't or act differently according to different, you know, groups of people. And when I stopped doing that, I found my real friends and I found my true friends. And so I think just putting yourself out there, but being authentic to yourself. And if someone does something that you're not okay with, or they have different morals than you and you just can't fit that mold of, you know, those morals that you're not okay with, then, you know, leave. Think of yourself first. And I hear a lot that it's not selfish to think about yourself first, and it's really not, because if you don't think of yourself and if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care and cherish someone else? So that is, I guess, my advice. Put yourself out there and just do your best, make yourself happy, but make sure you stay healthy mentally and physically throughout that. Next question. Any ideas / advice for someone who wants to start a YouTube channel of their own? Just do it. I'm kind of crazy when it comes to just like spending money like that. Like, I'm very impulsive. So I bought a camera. So I was going, I talked about this in my mukbang with Eric. So the first thing I did was, like, to start my YouTube channel was buy a camera, and it was a pretty expensive camera for not knowing if I was even going to do anything with it. So basically I bought a camera because I was going on a trip to Toronto to see Trisha Paytas, and I said, I'm just gonna vlog it, and worst case I'm never gonna post this and I'll just have like these videos and these photos to look at later. And then finally I decided to do it. So I was just editing on my iPad because I had an iPad, and but you can also like do it all from your phone and edit from your phone. Like, I see a ton of people doing that and it turns out really great. And like, phones come with iMovie and whatnot, so you can definitely just do it. Like, you don't have to buy a camera or anything. But I decided to, and then I just kind of started. I had all these ideas like for years now, and I started to, you know, do them here and there and post them, and I would just tell my family and friends about it, and then I started posting them on like Instagram and Snapchat, and people really liked them. So I was like, okay, like, you know, I'll do another one, and it was kind of just like, I'll do this next one and then I'll see what happens. Like, I wasn't filming like ahead of time and then posting them. I was just doing like one at a time and then posting it. And since you guys liked it, here I am. So that is the advice, I guess. Just start. If you want to start, then go ahead, and be authentic. I think that's, I guess, the moral of like the story of the day. Be authentic. Just be yourself, and people who like you will like you. You don't want people to like you for the wrong reasons, you know? Like, I'd rather someone not like me for who I really am than like me for someone I'm not. Okay, how is your butt so big? LOL workout routine. I get that question all the time. I haven't worked out in like a year. Yeah, probably a year. I was big into sports when I was young. I was a competitive figure skater. I did dance, I did gymnastics, whatever. But throughout, you know, using, I quit those and I started back doing like running and doing like a little gym things about 2-3 years ago, just here and there. And I was going to the gym before work or at lunchtime, and then on weekends, like, I would do like a long walk or I would do a run, just like outside. But I kind of gave up. So when Eric and I first met, we would go to the gym together, and I didn't really eat a lot. Like, I had, like, in my past, I have problems with food, and so I wasn't like a big eater. It's because I didn't like to eat. And he really introduced me to like food and trying different things, and I like eating now. Like, I really do. So I guess I just kind of gave up on the workout, and 8 instead. So I gained quite a few pounds, but I was still a little bit of unhealthy weight when I met him. I was healthy, I just wasn't eating a lot. So now that I'm at a healthy weight, I feel a lot more confident, and I am trying different things just to make myself eat healthier things. But I'm still eating, and I eat consistently, and that is a huge win for me. So sorry, I totally got off topic, but yeah, I don't work out. I am gonna start getting back into it now that I have that healthy eating routine. But no, my butt has always just been really, really big. I have good genes for that. Like, my mom has a big butt. It's like the way my body is shaped. I have like really, really big hips, so just have a big butt. So I wish I could help you out, girl, but yeah, look online. There's a ton of exercises to make your butt bigger, so good luck. So next question is, what foundation do you use? So I am obsessed, like obsessed with this foundation. So it is the Maybelline Fit Me. So I use this one here. I use the Hydrate and Smooth because I have very dry skin. So there's like two different kinds of this. There's the Hydrate and Smooth, and there's the Matte and Poreless one. So matte and poreless I would use if I had oily skin, which I don't. So I use this one here. So Hydrate and Smooth, and this is kind of cool because it has SPF 15 or 18. I don't have my glasses on, but it has SPF in it. So yeah, I guess like it's really good because I was always told to like put sunscreen and then put like your makeup, but I don't like the smell of sunscreen, especially on my face all day long. So I tried to look for a foundation that had sunscreen in it, and my shade is the lightest shade. It is 110 Porcelain because I am very, very pale. So yeah, that is the foundation that I use, and it's also very, very cheap. I think it's like $8.96 at Walmart, and it's around the same price at Shoppers Drug Mart for my Canadian viewers out there. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this foundation, and I just put it on with a beauty blender, and you also don't need a lot of this. Like a little goes a long way. So that is my favorite foundation. Next question is, oh, this one I really, really liked. What do you value the most? The value that is the truest to my heart, if that makes sense, is honesty. I go through life being super, super honest, and that actually started around the time that I knew I had a problem with substance abuse, and I wanted to basically be honest with myself. And I went through a lot of years, you know, trying to get clean, and it wasn't working. And that is because I wasn't admitting to myself that I had a problem. You know, I just thought like, well, it's those people that have a problem, or, you know, at least I'm not doing these kind of drugs, or at least I'm not using this way. And if I use that way, then I had a problem. Or if I am homeless, then I have a problem. So because I had those ideas of what, you know, substance abuse looked like, then I wasn't being honest to myself that I had a problem. So when I finally admitted to myself that I had a problem, I was still using, but I stopped using my drug of choice early on. Well, not early on, 6 months before I stopped everything else. And I actually got this tattoo around that same time. So I have my Apple Watch there, but it's a feather. So feathers are a symbol of truth and honesty. So I got that. So that was my first kind of commitment to myself about, I'm gonna stop one day, but like it's not today, but this is like, I'm telling you guys I have a problem. Well, I'm telling myself I have a problem. I have proof. So I didn't stop. I kept going for about a year and a half after that. But yeah, I guess that was like the first thing that I told myself, and I just had to get honest, and that's how I live my life. I'm very, very, very honest. Sometimes I'm a little too honest, and I take honesty very, very seriously, and I have broken off entire relationships, entire friendships on one, you know, not honest situation, because that's just not how I live my life. And if someone is not honest, I call them out, because I feel personally hurt if someone is not honest, because I am so honest. Take a shot every time I say the word honest. So I guess honesty, trust, and taking my relationships not for granted, those are my absolute deepest values. So that is it for today's video. There is so much more coming, so definitely subscribe to not miss it. My socials are all linked below. I have some discount codes there as well. So thank you so much for over 500 subscribers. I cannot believe it. I'm over the moon. I'm speechless. I'm completely speechless. So if you are a new subscriber, then welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I love you and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!